Earth had changed a lot by the late 2100s. All countries worked together under one government called the United Earth Government. People had better lives with new technology, and wars had stopped. Director Kim stood in the main control room of Earth Defense Headquarters. The room was filled with screens and busy workers. He looked at the big hologram in the center showing our solar system. "What are those?" he asked, pointing at several red dots moving near Pluto. Analyst Joe looked up from her computer. "We don't know, sir. They appeared 3 hours ago. They're moving faster than anything we've ever seen." "Natural objects don't move like that," said Director Kim. "Have we tried talking to them?" Dr. Park nodded. She was the head of communications, known for staying calm in any situation. "We've sent messages on all channels. Radio, light signals, even the quantum band. No response." "How fast are they moving?" Kim asked. "At current speed, they'll reach Earth in 3 days," replied Analyst Joe. Her voice was steady, but her hands shook slightly. Director Kim turned to General Choi, who stood quietly in the corner. "What do you think?" The general frowned. "I think we should prepare for the worst. These objects are moving with purpose." Kim nodded. "Alert all bases. Level 2 readiness." For the next 3 days, everyone watched the objects get closer. Scientists argued about what they might be. Some thought they were a natural phenomenon. Others worried they were something else entirely. On the morning of the 3rd day, the objects slowed down as they entered Earth's orbit. Through powerful telescopes, people could finally see what they were: ships. Huge ships with strange designs, black as night with glowing parts that pulse with alien energy. In homes, offices, and public squares around the world, all screens suddenly showed the same image: a creature with gray skin and 6 eyes. "People of Earth," it said in perfect English, "your world is now property of the hegemony. We have claimed thousands of planets across the stars. You will surrender your resources and serve our empire. Resistance is futile. You have 1 hour to reply before we begin destruction." The message repeated in every language on Earth. In the defense headquarters, everyone looked at Director Kim. For 5 years, he had led the secret project that only top officials knew about. Now he would have to use it. "They expect us to be helpless," he said quietly. "They think we're just another primitive world to add to their collection." Dr. Park moved closer. "Should we try to negotiate?" "Maybe we can." "No," Kim interrupted. "They're not here to talk. They've done this before, many times. Look at their ships. They're built for war, not peace." He walked to a special console in the back of the room. It required 3 keys to activate. Director Kim used his. General Choi stepped forward with the second. The president, joining by video, used the 3rd key remotely. The console lit up with a green glow. A voice asked, "Confirm activation of Protocol Thundershield." Director Kim took a deep breath. For years, Earth had been building defenses in secret. Weapons platforms hidden in orbit. Energy shields. Advanced systems that could protect the planet. They had hoped never to use them. "Confirm," he said clearly. Around the world, hidden facilities began to power up. In orbit, what looked like ordinary satellites transformed into defense stations. Below the oceans, massive energy generators hummed to life. "Send a message to the hegemony ships," Director Kim ordered. Dr. Park nodded and prepared the system. "Tell them this," Kim said. "Earth is not defenseless. Earth is not yours to take. You have 30 minutes to leave our system." As the message was sent, Kim looked at the screens showing the alien fleet. He hoped the aliens would leave, but he knew they wouldn't. They had never faced serious resistance before. "Get everyone to battle stations," he ordered. "The real test of humanity begins now." Admiral Ta looked down at the blue planet through the main screen of his ship. Earth looked peaceful from space. Blue oceans, green land, and white clouds swirled below. It was a beautiful world, rich with resources the hegemony wanted. "Another world for our collection," he said, running his gray hand along the command console. Admiral Tai had conquered 32 planets in his career. Some had fought back with primitive weapons. Others had begged for mercy. All had fallen within days. The hegemony ruled over 2,000 worlds across the stars, and Earth would soon be just another name on that list. Commander Lee approached with a data tablet. She was shorter than most hegemony officers, but her record in battle had earned her respect. "Our scans show they have basic space stations and satellites," she said. "Nothing that could stop our ships. They have nuclear weapons, but these would be useless against our shields." Admiral Tay's 6 eyes blinked one after another, showing he was thinking. This was normal for his species. What about their governments? "They have one main government now, with headquarters in a city called Geneva," Commander Lee answered. "They also have regional leaders in places called Beijing, New Delhi, Washington, and Moscow." "Good targets for our first strikes," Ta nodded. "Show them our power, destroy their leaders, and the rest will surrender quickly." The massive hegemony fleet had 20 large warships and hundreds of smaller attack vessels. Each big ship was the size of a small city. Their black metal hulls absorbed light rather than reflected it, making them look like moving holes in space. Admiral Tai pressed a button on his chair. "Prepare the first wave. 100 attack ships. Target their satellites first, then move to low orbit for a display of force." Officers around the bridge moved quickly to follow his orders. The hegemony military worked with perfect discipline. No one questioned orders. No one hesitated. On the lower decks of the flagship, pilots climbed into their attack ships. These vessels were small but deadly, armed with energy weapons that could melt through any Earth building in seconds. "Launch first wave," Commander Lee ordered through the ship's communication system. The bottom of the flagship opened, and attack ships poured out like angry insects from a nest. They formed perfect lines as they moved toward Earth, their engines glowing purple against the blackness of space. "Send the message again," Admiral Tad ordered. "Tell them what is coming." The message went out. "People of Earth, your time to surrender has passed. We will now demonstrate our power. After we destroy your leaders, we will accept your surrender." The attack ships entered Earth's upper atmosphere. They expected to find satellites trying to track them, primitive aircraft rising to meet them, perhaps even basic missiles. These things always happened during an invasion. The locals always tried to fight back at first. But the screen showed nothing. "Admiral," Commander Lee said with confusion in her voice, "they're not responding. No defensive actions detected." Admiral Tai leaned forward in his chair. This was unusual. Most worlds at least tried to fight. "Perhaps they are more primitive than we thought," he said. "Or maybe they are wiser than most. They know fighting is pointless." He stood up and walked to the front of the bridge where he could see Earth better. His long robe dragged behind him as he moved. "This will be recorded as our quickest conquest," he said, allowing a small smile to form on his face. 6 rows of sharp teeth showed briefly. "The Emperor will be pleased." The attack ships continued their descent toward Earth's major cities. Weapons were ready to fire. The pilots waited for the signal to begin the destruction. Admiral Tai raised his hand, ready to give the order that would begin Earth's defeat, but something about the silence bothered him. In all his years of conquest, he had never seen a planet do nothing when invasion came. "Scan again for defenses," he ordered suddenly. "Something doesn't feel right." But before Commander Lee could respond, the screens monitoring the attack ships began to flash with warning signals. 5 miles under the Pacific Ocean, Base Zero was hidden from all scanning technology. The base was built inside an ancient underwater mountain, with thick walls that could survive even nuclear attacks. In the main control room, General Sung stood tall as screens showed the alien ships entering Earth's atmosphere. Her gray hair was tied back tightly, and her face showed no fear. She had trained for this day for 25 years. "They think we're helpless," she said quietly. "That's our advantage." Around her, 200 of Earth's best military operators worked at their stations. The room glowed blue from all the screens. Maps showed the alien ship's positions, updated every second. Lieutenant Han looked up from his station. All systems are green, General. The shield network is ready. Defense platforms report full power. General Sung nodded. The aliens have deployed their first wave. It's time. She pressed her hand against a scanner. The computer verified her fingerprints, her eye pattern, and her DNA all at once. Voice confirmation required, said the computer. General Sung, authorization code Phoenix Rising, she said clearly. The main screen turned green with the words, THUNDRSHIELD activated. Activate the Global Shield Network, General Sung ordered. Lieutenant Han pressed a series of buttons. Shield Network activating now. Around the world, in deserts, mountains, forests, and under oceans, hidden bases powered up. 300 shield generators that had been disguised as research stations, weather monitors, or completely hidden underground began to hum with energy. The technology had been Earth's most closely guarded secret. Scientists from all nations had worked together to build it after discovering signs of alien civilizations 15 years ago. While the public continued normal life, trillions of dollars went into preparing Earth's defenses. A thin blue energy field began to form high in the atmosphere. It was invisible at first, then created a slight shimmer like heat rising from hot pavement. Shield at 100% strength, reported Lieutenant Han. Coverage complete. Just as the shield reached full power, the first alien ships fired their weapons. Beams of purple energy shot toward major cities on Earth. But when they hit the shield, they splashed against it like water and disappeared. In space, Admiral Todd watched in shock as his first attack did nothing. General Sung allowed herself a small smile. Phase 2. Decamouflage orbital platforms. Throughout Earth's orbit, what had appeared to be dead satellites and small asteroids suddenly changed. Metal panels shifted, revealing weapons underneath. Some grew large solar panels. Others extended long barrel-like structures that began to glow. Earth had placed 200 defense platforms in space over the last decade. Each one had been disguised to look like space junk or natural objects. Now they revealed their true purpose. All platforms online, said Lieutenant Han. The AI defense system is tracking all alien ships. Earth's secret weapon wasn't just the shields or the platforms. It was the artificial intelligence that controlled them all. The quantum computer could think faster than any human or alien, predicting movements and calculating the perfect attack patterns. On a special screen, they could see what the AI was doing. It was analyzing the alien ships, finding their weak points, and planning the best way to attack. The AI says their ships have weak points at their engine sections, Lieutenant Han reported. It has targeting solutions for all enemy vessels. General Sung looked at the room full of people who had worked so hard for this moment. They had trained endlessly for years, hoping this day would never come, but ready if it did. This is why we prepared, she said. This is why we sacrificed. Today, we show the universe that Earth is not an easy target. She straightened her uniform and spoke the words that would begin Earth's first interstellar battle. Engage with full force. The weapons platforms in orbit began to glow brighter as they prepared to fire. Earth was about to surprise the hegemony in a way no other world ever had. Earth's orbital defense platforms glowed bright blue as their weapons charged. For just a moment, everything was quiet in space. Then, all 200 platforms fired at once. Blue beams of concentrated energy shot toward the hegemony ships. The alien vessels tried to raise their shields, but they were too slow. Earth's weapons moved at nearly the speed of light. The first attack ships were hit directly. Their hulls, made from a metal that could usually resist any weapon, melted instantly. 50 alien ships exploded in the first 5 seconds. Direct hits on all targets, Lieutenant Han reported from Base Zero. Enemy ships are attempting evasive maneuvers. General Sung nodded. The attack was going exactly as their simulations had predicted. Deploy the graviton cannons, she ordered. 8 special platforms changed position. These weapons were different. Instead of energy beams, they fired invisible waves that affected gravity itself. When the waves hit the alien ships, they crushed the vessels from all directions at once. On his flagship, Admiral Ta couldn't believe what he was seeing. His attack fleet was being destroyed faster than he could track. His 6 eyes blinked rapidly in panic. "Impossible," he shouted, pounding his fist on the arm of his command chair. "They're just humans. Our intelligence said they had no advanced weapons." Commander Lee worked frantically at her control panel. "Their technology is unlike anything we've encountered, Admiral. They have energy weapons more powerful than our best ships. And something else. Something that's affecting our gravity fields." Another officer called out, "3 more warships destroyed. We've lost contact with Sector 6 attack group." Admiral Ta had never lost a battle before. In 300 years of service to the hegemony, he had conquered dozens of worlds. Now his fleet was being torn apart by a planet that was supposed to be easy to defeat. "Launch all remaining attack ships," he ordered. "Target their weapon platforms." But as the second wave of hegemony ships launched, Earth revealed another weapon. Small, shiny clouds appeared near the alien vessels. They looked like nothing more than glitter floating in space. "What are those?" Commander Lee asked. The answer came quickly. The shiny clouds surrounded hegemony ships and began to eat through their hulls. These were nanite swarms, billions of microscopic robots programmed to break down alien materials. The ships began to fall apart piece by piece, dissolving like sugar in water. On Base Zero's main screen, the battle didn't look like a battle at all. It looked like an extermination. "Nanite swarms performing at 95% efficiency," reported Lieutenant Han. "Enemy ships are being neutralized faster than expected." General Sung watched calmly. "And the main warships?" "The AI is targeting them now," Han replied. Earth's defense platforms turned their attention to the 20 large hegemony warships. Concentrated fire from 30 platforms hit each warship from different angles. The alien shields flickered and failed under the assault. On the flagship bridge, systems were failing. Lights flickered and smoke filled the air. "Full retreat," Admiral Ta screamed. "All vessels disengage immediately. Return to hegemony space." Commander Lee looked up from her damaged console, fear in her eyes. "It's too late, Admiral. Our engines are damaged. We can't jump to light speed." A massive explosion rocked the ship, throwing officers to the floor. Admiral Ta held onto his chair as the bridge tilted sideways. "Send a message to the hegemony," he ordered. "Tell them Earth has weapons beyond our technology. Tell them." Another explosion cut off his words. The flagship's main power failed, and emergency lights bathed the bridge in red. In just 8 minutes, the mighty invasion force that had conquered hundreds of worlds was reduced to floating debris. Of the massive fleet, only 3 damaged ships managed to escape, limping away at sublight speed. In Base Zero, cheers erupted as the last enemy signals disappeared from the screens. Earth had not just defended itself. It had completely destroyed an alien armada that had never known defeat. General Sung didn't cheer. She knew this was just the beginning. 3 days after the battle, teams worked non-stop to collect alien ship pieces from Earth's orbit. Every broken part might hold secrets that could help protect Earth in the future. Deep under New Seoul City, Director Kim walked through a special room filled with alien technology. Scientists in white coats studied strange devices and materials never seen on Earth before. Some pieces still glowed with strange energy. "We've learned so much already," Dr. Park said as she led Director Kim to a large screen. "Look at this." She touched the screen, and a map of stars appeared. Thousands of dots filled the display, connected by lines showing travel routes. "This came from a broken ship computer," she explained. "Each dot is a star system controlled by the hegemony. They are much bigger than we thought."